This video is sponsored by Wanderlog. Stay tuned till later in the video for all the details.
Coming up in this video, we're leaving our current home in Cabarete, Dominican Republic for our first road trip and getaway. We've rented a car and we'll take a daunting 2 to 3 hour drive west to the small village of Punta Rucia.
We arrived to a beautiful, untouched fishing village with the most incredible beaches. I think it's safe to say we found another happy place. We can't wait to explore this stunning area.
I'm on my way now.
Okay, I think I have everything. It's so weird to pack for a trip while on a trip. But today we were going off on our little road trip through the Dominican Republic here on the north coast. It's kind of our first little getaway since we've been here.
So there's a lot of new folks that have subscribed to the channel recently. So if you are new, welcome, Trevor, Anna, delightful travelers. We are spending the entire winter, the Canadian winter, here in the North Shore, in Cabarete specifically in the Dominican Republic.
But today we are, as I already said, going on our very first road trip. We're heading across the north coast to a little town called Punta Rucia. And while we're at it, we're going to talk a little bit about safety here in the Dominican Republic, because that seems to be a big question that you guys always seem to have for us.
So my bag is pretty much packed here. We're not taking suitcases for this little mini trip because we're only going for 4 days. So the backpacks are gonna be all we have. Now, we have rented a car, so we're gonna find out if driving here in the Dominican Republic is safe. We've heard it's the complete wild, wild west out there. We have seen it firsthand a little bit. The roads themselves aren't too bad, but everyone kind of just does what they want driving. So let's see how this goes.
So something very, very exciting happened last night. We hit 90,000 subscribers overnight. I was actually asleep for it, unfortunately, but we wanted to thank you guys who got us here. We love you, we appreciate you. We're also really, 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 really want to get to 100,000. So hopefully that happens in the next couple of months, but if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. By the way, let's go back to our road trip. So we're off to maybe a bit of a rocky start. I don't know. We asked the car rental place to drop off our car here at our apartment at 10 a.m. and he showed up on time, everything good, but we came outside and he said, so I've got some good news and some bad news. And we're like, oh no, what does that mean? He couldn't actually get our car, so he brought us his own car, I think.
I mean, it's an SUV.
It's an SUV. It's a big Kia Sportage or something like that. We'll see it when he gets back. But anyway, it wasn't clean because it is his own car. So he went to go get it cleaned. We were like, we really got to get going. He's like, oh, I'm going to be super fast. We are in the Dominican Republic, Dominican time. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully he'll be back really soon. Our ride has arrived. He was actually on time. It's a Kia Sorento, not a Sportage, as I think I maybe said before. But it's here. We're ready to go.
All right. Well, this is it. Let's check it out. All right, not too bad, huh? Are you ready?
No.
So we're off to a bit of a rocky start. The car was dropped off to us with no gas in it. I mean, absolutely no gasoline. The gas light was on. So we had to find a gas station before we ran out of gas. Did that. Now we can't get the music going, but well, there's radio stations, so we're gonna be listening to some Spanish music. But yeah, the traffic is pretty hectic. It's just the biggest thing is the scooters. You have to watch when they come like in and out.
So while we're here driving along, it's going well so far. Let's talk a little bit more about safety and specifically driving. We get a lot of advice from people about the best way to do it, things to be careful of, things to be aware of while you're driving. One, everybody basically told us do not drive at nighttime. So basically if you have, a 5 or 6 hour drive, leave early enough that you're going to get there before dark. I think there's various reasons. One seems to be that people have like really high beams and that kind of thing, and they don't turn them up and down, so it can be really hard to see at times. Another thing is just drunk drivers at nighttime. You have to be really aware of that. There aren't that many rules or laws here. Another thing is everyone just sort of said like go your own pace, go slow, and be very, very, very aware of what's happening around you. So that's what we're doing right now.
All right, so right here we have a casual conversation happening on the road, just not even looking back. I mean, I do wonder what they're talking about.
caminando para acá y para allá y organizando todo eso para que
We're at a standstill in traffic right now. We're in Puerto Plata. We're just driving through the city. It's one of the bigger cities here in the country. And yeah, I don't know how they do this. It's just like organized chaos. I mean, everybody gets to where they're going, but it just takes a little longer than you think. Right now we're completely stopped. That's why I'm talking to the camera. Hopefully we can get through whatever is happening up here. I have no idea.
Take the first exit on Road 5 Avenida Manolo to Barres Justo.
Well, we survived Puerto Plata. I'm pretty sure we're on like the outer, farther edge now, so that's great. It looks a little bit more highway-like here, way fewer cars, way fewer motorbikes, so that's nice. I don't think there's any like really big towns, at least as far as I know, from here to Punta Rucia, so hopefully it's like easy going from here on out.
Well, that was easy. I mean, sort of. It was a long drive, about 2.5 hours, give or take. Parked the car here on the side of the road in the little town of Punta Rucia because, well, you see what's behind me? OMT. Holy moly. That is insane. So what do we think? Is this the most turquoise water ever?
Maybe not ever, but it's up there. This is gorgeous. Oh, this is what I come to the Caribbean for. It's just so incredible. Wow. So that honestly was totally worth the 2.5 to 3 hour drive here, and it wasn't that bad. I mean, there were some points, you know, in the city that it was a little bit, I'm not going to say scary, but it wasn't really that bad. We want to thank our sponsor for helping us get here today. Let's find out a little bit more about them right now.
So let's talk about Wanderlog. Wanderlog is a free travel planning app where you can easily create, organize, share, and plan your adventures.
This app has been perfect for us to easily plan our road trip from Cabarete to here in Punta Rucia. The app allows you to put in your confirmations, itineraries, maps, and everything else you need to plan your trip in one place, including flight bookings and hotel reservations. We were able to import our Airbnb confirmation by simply emailing our confirmation, and it immediately integrated into our itinerary. But even better than this is that we can add extra notes like check-in times, instructions, and codes.
Our car rental didn't even come with an official confirmation, but Wanderlog was able to find the company we booked through, and then we very easily manually added our pickup and drop-off time and any other information we thought we might need to confirm the booking. We were also able to share the itinerary with each other so that we're both able to access all the important information we need. For us, the very best thing is having all the information in one place, not having to worry about having one confirmation saved in files and another somewhere in random email. All the information we require for this trip is all saved in one very convenient place.
On top of that, the app is clean, intuitive, and very easy to use, and is available on iOS, Android, and desktop.
You can click the link below in the description to go to wanderlog.com, or you can download the Wanderlog app in the App Store. Also, a very big thank you to Wanderlog for sponsoring this video and supporting creators like us. So we're now at our hotel. It's called Blue Island Punta Rucia, and as you can see, this is absolutely gorgeous. The first thing I did here is just stepped out on the beach. Anna's still in the room at the moment, just kind of unpacking quickly. I believe we're gonna grab some lunch because we're hungry after that drive, but oh my word, take a look at this. We pretty much have this empty, unreal, Caribbean, tropical, turquoise beach all to ourselves. I can't get over what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah guys, this is amazing. I got unpacked, came downstairs, Trevor was chilling on the beach, we ordered some food, got a beer, priorities, this is very important. Got a nice little beer cozy too to keep it nice and cool.
What kind of beer is it though?
It's of course a Presidente Light, the most refreshing thing for the beach. But for now, I think both of us are really, really hungry. We barely ate anything all day and then we did that drive. So we're gonna eat, and I think maybe we'll just pick you up tomorrow.
Well, welcome to the next day. We thought we'd start things out with a good old-fashioned drone flight, and oh my, Did you guys see that? Can you believe it?
It's crazy. I can't get over this place. I know when we told a few people that we were coming here, some people that had been here before were like, it's really quiet, there's not much to do, and we thought, that sounds like our kind of place. And I can say after being here for just really one full evening, I love this place. It's quiet, it's quaint, it's
Very safe.
lovely, it's beautiful, and yeah, it's safe. It's super safe. So anytime we go to a new place, new area, we're always a little hesitant. You know, like you're like, is it safe to walk around? Can we leave our stuff
Especially
somewhere?
when you get here later in the day.
Yeah.
It's like that. But
then we're like, can we walk the beach home at night? That's always probably our biggest concern when we get to a new place that's right on the beach. Everybody that we talked to was like, it's so safe here. It's so small that everybody knows each other. They're like family.
We started to ask many different people. We didn't even just ask our hotel or anything like that. We went around to a couple different restaurants, talked to some locals, talked to some expats, and basically it's like one community here.
Yeah.
I still don't know how to say the name properly.
I think it's Punta Rucia.
Punta Rucia. I keep saying Rucia, and
I think it's Rucia.
I think that's incorrect.
People can let us know in the comments if we're both completely saying it wrong, but the way people around here seem to say it is Punta Rucia.
I feel like we're the only ones here at the moment. There's no one on this beach. You can see there's kind of a mix of some boutique hotels with not many people in them, and then there's also more rustic places that have clearly been here for a long time. I really like that. It feels authentic. It feels like a real Dominican Republic village.
So I know a bunch of you guys had already recommended to us that we stay at the Punta Rucia Lodge. We did look it up. It's so expensive. I know some people had mentioned that in the low season, it's not too bad, but even this isn't busy at all here. And it was like double or triple the price of the place we're staying at right now. And I would say the place we're staying at right now isn't even cheap. So it was like, I can't even tell you how expensive it was. We would have loved to stay there, but not on our budget.
I think you're gonna find us sounding like a bunch of broken records here, but
There's gonna be a lot of gushing.
There's a lot of gushing. This is basically a postcard for the Caribbean. I mean, for the Dominican Republic. This is absolutely insane.
The postcard that says paradise and has like crystal clear water and palm trees is basically this place.
With not many people on it, I feel like we have a little village to ourselves. That said, there is a town just kind of, village
right
steps away. There's like a little road. We'll take you up there because it's like pretty real and raw.
Yeah.
All right, we're now up in the town, and this reminds me a little bit of the Philippines.
And actually the whole place kind of brings me back to the Philippines, and for those of you that are just tuning in for the very first time, we actually got stuck in the Philippines at the beginning of the pandemic, and we were there for like 4 months in this small little town on an island, so it kind of reminds me of that a little bit.
And now we're on another island for maybe 4 months or longer. The village actually has quite a few restaurants for how small it is. I mean, I wouldn't say there's dozens and dozens, but there is a good pizza place.
We had pizza last night. There's a French place. There's a few little Dominican places. There's some little huts with some things to go. Yeah.
It's really a really special place. I think any of you that followed us for a while, you can probably tell that every now and then we find these kind of, what do we call them, happy places?
This is one.
This is one.
So you'll notice it's really, really, really quiet here. There's not that many people around. There's a few motorbikes here and there. During the day, I think especially. I mean, we haven't really spent that much time here, so probably after a couple of days we'll get a better idea for what it's like. But a lot of people only come here for day trips. They come on a bus, they get on a boat, come back, and I'm assuming they just get shipped out again. You'll find out a little bit more about that in the next video, because we're actually going to do what it is I'm alluding to. Let's go back to safety again for a second, because again, we do feel very, very, very safe here, but we always tell people to follow basic rules that you would anywhere. It's like, don't be show-offy about money or jewelry or that kind of thing. And don't just leave stuff out, like don't leave your phone on the table and go to the bathroom, because it's just tempting for someone to, you never know who's going to come around and just grab something. But that applies to basically any country you would ever go to.
The other thing I want to quickly touch on is crime rates. Now, when we travel, we do not look up crime rates. I know some of you right now are going to be like, oh, you have to look that stuff up, but then others are going to say, no, we don't look up crime rates either, because usually the crime is happening domestically. It can happen to tourists, sure, but usually when you travel like a tourist and you're in touristic destinations, you don't have to worry about crime as much. Again, always be cautious, like Anna just said a minute ago, about anything you do, but we don't go out late at night. We kind of play it kind of easy, and we do our research before we do anything. So crime rates don't always apply to us or to anyone. Just look where we are right now. Think it's safe? We feel very safe. All right, well, looks like we found, what is this? Maybe the village square.
The public square, I guess. There's usually people in here. It's actually the first time we walked by and there's not. But what do we think this is?
I'm really not sure if this is gonna come through on the camera, but there are what is this? It's like a string or something.
Well, I wondered did they start setting up their Christmas tree? I know you guys could be watching this at any time, but as we film this, it's only a few weeks before Christmas, so maybe they're gonna do something with it, or maybe it's just a weird decoration.
I think that is the start of the Christmas tree. There's a little stand here on the side of the road. I'm not sure what it is.
It really doesn't get better than this. We just came down to this little like open air kind of shack slash restaurant right on the beach. We found some chairs. We got some Presidente Light. I love that it just comes in a bag and you can drink it right out of the bottle.
Yeah.
We also got a cheese empanada.
I'm gonna try this thing out right now. Look at that. It's all crispy. It's got those kind of bubbles and pops of greasy goodness. Mm. Oh, yum. Oh, that is good. A little street food right there. I'm sure this is not the best empanada I've ever had, but given the location and the setting and the day we've been having, I'm gonna say this is the best empanada I've ever had in my life. Oh, listen to behind me right now. What a place. All the people are hanging out basically right behind me, but so crispy, so good. What a day, and what a day yesterday was. We got in a car. We drove about 2.5 hours across the north shore of the Dominican Republic, through a major city, the major city of Puerto Plata, down some windy roads to a little village here, and we felt pretty safe.
We feel very, very safe. We'd love to know what you guys think, but because I know a lot of people ask about safety and how do we feel, and we honestly feel very, very comfortable. We always like to talk to people and ask lots of questions, and we've never heard really anything bad about the Dominican Republic so far.
We felt very safe here, but of course, as we've kept on saying throughout the course of the video, always do your research, do your homework, be careful out there, of course, but we can tell you we felt perfectly A-okay being here. It's been an amazing few days. I'm so glad we did this. I was a little nervous to drive, honestly, but once you get going, you get comfortable pretty quick.
Yeah, you just have to be very, very careful. I guess that's just the be careful is the moral of every story wherever you go.
Wherever you are, even the country you live in.
Yeah, so we're so excited to be spending a few days here. In the next video, we're going to be doing something else sort of around this area. It might involve a boat, might involve some islands.
Hopefully. Weather depending, but if you are new around here, Trevor, Anna, delightful travelers, we're here in the Dominican Republic for at least 4 or 5 months, maybe longer, we don't even know. So if you want to see what that's like to come down to the Caribbean and avoid Canadian winter, American winter in Europe, this is the time to subscribe, you guys. If you're not new, it's always great to see each and every one of you again. Click on the like button if you haven't already. That really helps us get the video out there.
Yeah, and we are on the road to 100K, so please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already.
I don't remember if we said we're at 90K already. Like, that's a huge milestone. We just hit that recently, but we are 10,000 off from 100K. We got a long way to go, but we think we can get there with the help of each and every one of you.
All right, guys, that's it.
From Punta Rucia, wishing you delightful travels.
See you soon.